Hey folks, thanks for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. Ferris, welcome. Hello. This evening we are going to be going over the new iPAS back office, iPAS Supercharged. Looks like it's going to be a great upgrade to the program we've been using. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. There we go. Now I'm just showing the window, and that way you guys shouldn't see a million copies of my Google Hangouts. Dale, there we go.
Yep, you're good.
Okay, good to go. Good. So this little video that you see here at the pop-up is just an introduction from Chris with some testimonials as well. It's really well done, but you can, of course, obviously go in and listen to it for yourself. The important stuff is what goes on after. So they have managed to finally set it up in such a way that people can not jump around. If they don't make it through the first video, they don't get to go to the next video, which was one of the things that we were really looking forward to having, because we had people asking us questions, right, that were covered if they had just gone through the materials provided. So nice thing is, right, they literally can't bounce around. And Chris does an awesome job here explaining basic and pro levels. So I've watched them. I should be able to continue. Yep, not going to let me go to the next step. Yeah, it is. There we go.
There you are.
Okay, so again, great video from Chris, right? If you've got to sign up for Get Response, you go ahead and hit that link there. Very simple. Right, you just come over here, you're going to select the size of package you want to get started. I always recommend, right, for very beginning start with a little package, right? When you get over 900 subscribers, then move to the next one, but there's no point in spending the extra money if you don't have the subscribers in the account, all right? So again, right, just pick the one that you want. Right, and if you're moving lists over and around, you may want to look at higher numbers, but for the most part, start with 1,000 subscribers and just move on from there, all right? And then load your email list, so you'll click on that. You'll put in the email address and password for that Get Response account, okay? Whether that's the one you just set up or, right? Let me get this out of the way. Now, the only problem with this is, right, the window's a little small for it, but, okay, so that lets me in. All right, I have a feeling that they don't have this part live yet, so I'm just going to move to the next step. But you basically, there will be instructions on how to preload the new email. Oh, Dale, I'm getting like a massive echo. Can we try muting your end temporarily, see if that fixes it? All right. Nope, there I am.
Let me see if I can mute.
Yeah, up at the top of your Google Hangout. Sorry, folks, fun part of the new program.
Why am I not
Okay.
seeing? Oh, okay. Is it up here?
Yeah, very top of your screen.
Chat? No, I got no place. Oh, okay.
Top and middle. Okay, there we go. Woohoo! Awesome, and no echo. Awesome. Thank you, Dale. It was getting hard to listen through. So we'll go back to setting it up. right? Once you've set up your GetResponse account, right, and hit load your email list, there will be right instructions here on how to do so. I think because we're still in right preview mode, not even pre-launch mode, it's not showing it to us. So the nice thing is the GetResponse sign up really is very, very quick and simple compared to right the way it used to be. And then loading your email lists again, right? This is all going to be very automated, very easy to work through. And if you notice, right, we've got 3 steps, right? None of this really long, right? And the videos are quite short as well. So we're just going to pretend I loaded my list. So I'm going to hit continue to next step. Okay. So now what you can do, right, next step here is, again, watch the video, right? If you have not watched the entire funnel system set of videos, please do. You need to know what's in there. I'm actually going to probably go back and watch it a second time. So their next step, obviously, your next step is to create your e-wallet, right? This is how you get paid. This is a huge, important part, right? So you would just go ahead and click create e-wallet, right? It says, I have one, right? And log into e-wallet. So if you didn't have one, yeah, see right now it just brings us back to, right? If you didn't have one, then you would be creating one up there. And we're just going to hit continue to the next step. Now, if we were live, hey Rhonda, cool. If we were live, obviously, right, we would have to go through the entire video before moving on. Looks like they've brought Rhonda Swan out to go over the business plans. So she'll do a little bit of an intro video. Again, I'm going to try and just get past it, right? The videos, I'm sure you guys are all more than capable of going in and watching. You don't need me to walk you through the videos. So then we're just going to hit continue to business plan. Okay, and this is where it starts to get interesting, right? This is where you find out what your number is, right? So you'll have to do some research, right? How much is your dream home actually worth, right? What's the mortgage or rent payment on it? Now, if you're renting in your dream home, Dale, would you rent your dream home or would you rather own it? Don't forget, you're muted.
No, the idea behind this, Beth, is to...
I know. I was making a joke.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's
yeah, okay.
Okay, so, right, you would do some research, and you don't have to spend days and weeks on this, guys, 10 or 15 minutes, right? What is it your dream house looks like? What has it got for features? And then just go to a real estate website and start poking around. What's it going to cost you, right? So I'm going to just see if this will actually move for me. There we go, right? How much are you willing to pay for your mortgage or your rent? I'm going to go $3,500, right? Now, taxes, electric, right, all of your utilities and insurances should probably run, again, right, I have not done research on this, so I do recommend that you do so before filling this in, just so that you can get, right, an accurate number. So I'm going to say, right, other bills are about $1,700 a month, right, covers insurance, taxes, right, electricity, water, etc. And then your next step, right, how much is your dream car? What's the monthly payment on your dream car, right? I'm going to put $1,200 because I know what my dream car is going to be, and that might cover it, right? And then you've got your insurance on your car, your license, your gas, right? So, figure insurance is probably going to run me fairly high for the car I want, so we'll figure what? Now, gas could be really high if I was still having to actually go out to work, but with being at home, I can get away with making fuel costs at any rate lower. So we'll say about $1,100 a month, right? Covers your insurance, your license, your gas, etc., oil, what have you. Right? Now, how much are your personal expenses? How much are your food, your groceries, your trips to the restaurants, right? And your school insurance, right? Saving, giving, right? So groceries, restaurants, I plan on being out a lot. I'd way rather have other people cook for me than have to cook myself. So we're going to say, $2,200 a month. Should cover all groceries and restaurant trips, considering I'm not much of a McDonald's person. I tend to be more of a super high-end maitre d', right, the whole 9 yards. So I can't think of a generic one that does as well as our individuals. Dale, is there a restaurant chain in the States that is high end, that's a chain and relatively popular or well known? Like for me, all of the ones we go to are locally owned. So not a big deal. It was just a question, curiosity thing, trying to whatnot. So and then you've got if you've got kids, you've got school costs, you've got other insurance, life insurance, et cetera, your savings, your gifting and giving, right? And for me, that's probably I like to donate and whatnot. So I'm figuring probably $5,000. While I don't have kids, I have the rest of it, right? So there we go. Next. Okay, how much are my business expenses? Marketing, advertising. Marketing and advertising at the moment are only like $500 a month, but I want to be closer to, we'll say 2,500. Right, you see how this is working, folks? It's just literally a slide bar, right? Now I'm kind of picking numbers off the top of my head. I would personally put a little bit more thought into this, and I will actually sit down and go through this to actually figure out what my number is when we make this live, right? I may even come in here and poke around at it a little more after we do our training call, right? And then you've got, your tools for your business, right? Your education, right? The training stuff that you need to stay on top of, your phone costs, your internet costs, right? And, well, I like to learn and whatnot, so I'm going to go probably about $2,000 between tools and education mainly. My phone and internet are less than $200. All right, how much do you want for your lifestyle? Now we're going to start getting into the real fun stuff, right? How many vacations do you want to take, right? Family, weekend getaways. How much do you want to spend in a month on vacations? I'm going to put like $3,000 because I plan on having a lot of vacations in the year. So if I do that, then I'll have extra money, hopefully. And fun. Here we go. Fun, right? Dates, gifts, toys, clothes, spa trips, right? Whatever you want, right? Like this is the spoil yourself spot, right? Whatever it is you want to have available to be able to spend on your fun. Again, I've kind of included some of it in earlier, so I'll put fun, probably I won't do 750, so let's do 1,000. All right, and next, right, there we go. Incomes I need for my dream home lifestyle, $23,200 per month. Wow. That's a little bit of work. Not a lot, right? Just keep working, keep moving forward. But you see how, and it even estimates your taxes on that, right? So I was calculating before taxes. They went ahead and calculated what my taxes would be. And yep, $30,000 a month is about where I pegged it, really. So this may not be too far off. But kind of interesting. Dale, have you gone through and done yours? Do you know what your number is?
Not with this one.
No?
I have not, but I did with the prosperity team when they had you make your and
yep.
it came out to about 20,000 a month.
Oh, there you go. You got almost as expensive taste as I do. Right?
Yeah.
How does this compare to going through and filling out that one? Right?
It's a lot easier because, well, it's, once on paper, this is, but you still have to do your calculations. You have to do your work.
Yep.
And you have to do your research. But the nice thing is that it really, it covers everything, so that it gets you to really think outside the box and what you really want. And that's the cool thing about this. And I think that's why they designed it this way, is that they want you to think outside the box. They don't, and so that's kind of what I liked about this. But yeah, mine's about a little over 20,000 a month. But that didn't include taxes.
Aha. Yeah, see, there's
but the thing
things
is,
we didn't think of.
see, but the thing is when you get to that point, you can afford a shady accountant that knows all the rich people tricks.
Oh yeah.
And so that we can take care of that. That us low people at this point in time, we don't know any of those tricks. So
well, and by that point, we don't need to know them either, right? We'll just pay somebody else to know them.
Well, it'd be nice to know some of them because I could use to save a little bit more of my money, but yeah. So having that kind of money, you'll be able to find somebody that knows the ins and outs. And I'm not saying anything illegal, but
well, no, there's definitely ways to do things, and chartered accountants spend an awful lot of time learning. We're not going to know those ins and outs, right? But fortunately, by the time we hit that kind of income, we can pay somebody to know that stuff. You still don't have to know it. You just have to know somebody that'll do it for you, right?
Yep. And that's what money does. You can pay somebody else to do it.
Yeah, you bet. Okay, so I'm just going to hit continue to next step here. And we'll see whether it'll let us. Okay. Okay, apparently that's as far as it's going to let us go today. Interesting. Yeah, nothing clickable. Which is weird because I was in further than this. But no, it won't let me. Let's see, what do I do if it refreshes? There we go, accelerate your success. All right. So I have a feeling that they haven't got this part built all the way out for us. Let's see if we hit continue to the next step. Aha, there we go. So your maximize your profits one. The accelerate your success one looks like it needs some work still. They're still putting it together, which is fine, right? We don't have to worry about it until April 1st when it does go live, right? So your maximize your profits one is now a register for a webinar, right? So they're not even telling you right now what you're going to have to pay, right? What the profit maximizers are. All you need to do is hop on a webinar, right? Book it and be prepared to hop on the webinar for the time and date you booked. I think that is going to be very, very good because that way people will, right, have the ability to actually ask their questions if needed and whatnot, right? So doing the profit maximizers this way I think is probably going to be, right, one of the better processes that we've dealt with. And by the time they get to this point, they're done their setup, right?
Yeah, the key here, Beth, is the fact that in the previous system, there was nothing like this type of part in there where you would actually get someone to create their what they actually want in life. And so then once they've done that, that's right there in their mind, and they can see when Chris shows them how they are going to get where they need to go, it's going to make more sense than someone talking on the phone where they they don't have a number in mind yet necessarily, and they can't even get this far without having that number. So the system forces you to be a business person and decide what it is you want. And then Chris will show them how to how to get there and how the profit maximizers are going to aid them in getting where they want to go. So it makes it a lot more clear to the individual as to why they need the additional products.
For sure.
So that's really the beauty of this whole thing.
Agreed. Agreed. So, all right, we're going to hit see if it. We'll see if it'll let me continue to the next step without filling in the info. Oh, it did, and it took me back to the beginning. Right. So, right, like it looks like it's going to be a lot simpler, easier for our trial people, our new people to work through. Right. Even though, right, like with this system, especially, there isn't so much the trial mentality or attitude either. Right, which is going to definitely improve things. Now, for those of you attending the call, do you have any questions about what we've shown you to this point? Or Dale, do you have anything you'd like to add as well?
No, I mean it's you know, it's pretty much self-explanatory, but this is light years ahead of what we had before, because it actually, and the other thing I think it will do is when they see that they actually, you know, that this is a real business, I think it's going to eliminate a lot of your people that come in and don't do anything, because they're going to see that this is truly, you know, truly a real business, and that they can get the kind of income that they want, you know, through this. It's just a matter of doing the, you know, doing the work.
Exactly. Just like any other business, right?
Well, there's so much online that, you know, talks about, you know, click a couple of buttons, and, you know, the ones I love are the cyclers out there that tell you you don't have to recruit anybody, and you're just going to have money magically come in to your account without doing anything. So I think this will show them that that's not what this is, and that's different and refreshing, because there's so much of that around. So. Okay, and I guess Beth's headset just died. So, does anybody have any questions? Just type them in the chat, and then we will, if not, we will end the recording, and so I'll give you guys a minute or two to type your questions. And if not, we're going to thank you for attending, and we're going to let you go back to work. But guys, this is supposed to, for those that maybe didn't see the email from Chris, this is supposed to go live on the 1st of April, which is next Wednesday, I believe. So be on the lookout in your emails for this. Yeah, that's what I read to you, Beth. Now the only question is how do I end the call? I guess just, okay. Okay. All right. I don't want to screw up the recording, so. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing any questions, so I guess we can go ahead and end the presentation.